fellow collectors. Today we'll be talking about Marvel Legends, the Cabal, featuring Taskmaster, Iron Patriot, and Doctor Doom. So here we have three figures in the lineup. We can see on the top we're celebrating Marvel's 85 years. So on the side we just have simple Marvel Legends celebrating 85 years. And on the back we have Doctor Doom, Norman Osborn, and Taskmaster, and nice artwork of Loki, Taskmaster, Doctor Doom, and Norman Osborn as the Iron Patriot. So here we can see we have the Iron Patriot calls together some of the most dangerous beings in the world to form the Cabal, a volatile alliance that wreaks havoc on the world. And here is the thing, so you can read it yourself. If you don't speak English, this is always a good sign here. So let's get it on the scale and see how much it weighs. Okay, it's coming in at 1 pound, 5.6 ounces. So let's get it off the scale and out of the box.
Hey, open, damn it, open!
Okay, now that I have them out of the box, we can take a look at their accessories. Here's Dr. Doom's. You see he has a Doombot head and two hands and his gun, his pistol. And here we have the Iron Patriot's extra head and hands. And here we have Taskmaster's extra stuff. We can see he has all his two weapons, his pistol, and three hands. So first we'll go ahead and take a look at Iron Patriot. So here is a normal, well, semi-normal, with lots of baggage under that eye for Norman Osborn. Very nice looking head sculpt. Very cool looking Iron Man armor. Very red, white, and blue. Now the Iron Patriot is coming in at 6 3/4 inches tall. It does have a little bit of a shoulder guard here, so you can't really get much more than this as far as the arm goes. Does have a bicep swivel though, double bend in the elbow, and a wrist on a peg hinge. Now he does a pretty good forward and back. A little bit of a gap here when you do back. A little bit there for the front. Now he can spin on that. There's no waist articulation. He does a very good split forward and back. And you can see they're starting to go with the G.I. Joe kind of split where they spin out a little bit more, which is very cool. Now he does have the upper thigh bend, double bend in the knee, and foot on a peg hinge. You can see the hinge here. The peg goes down in the foot, rotates around forward and back, has a little hole for a stand. So a very nice looking figure. Now the only other Iron Patriot I have is the one from the MCU. You can see how they stack together. More movie looking blue, silver, and red. Whereas this one's very white, blue, and red. Very nice looking Norman Osborn for the Dark Avengers. So this will look good once I get all those guys, Bacon and Bullseye and Venom, Scorpion, all that would definitely look cool on the shelf. Excuse me. Sinus is buzzing. So yeah, he does come with this head here, so you can either have him holding it, you know, or shooting a repulsor beams, because he does come with those. So it's very nice that he has that option. Next, we'll look at the Taskmaster. Very comic looking Taskmaster here in those colors are used to seeing him as. Now he does have a hard cape with the weapons attached, the bows and the quiver here. I'm sorry, the arrows and the quiver. Oh, jeez. Yeah, so here's his bow, and it has that clear plastic, a little bit of bendability in it. Now it comes with this hand here as well as this hand to hold the bow, but this one's more for shooting. This one's more for just grabbing stuff, so might use the bow with this one. We'll see if I use the bow at all. Might just have it in the hand. But he also comes with this shield here, just attaches right there. And as far as the back goes, not really. You have to take the cape off to do that. Just simply have to pop off the head and put this on if you want to use that as well. The choice is up to you, because this is attached there, it's glued on, you can't really take it off. Now the Taskmaster has the extra articulation, so you can bend his arm, elbows back. You can see his shoulders and elbows that come back here. So shoulders have that extra little bit. Do a nice T-pose as well as a swivel. Has a bicep swivel, double bend in the elbow. Wrist on a peg hinge. You can see it there. Now he does a pretty good back and forward. There goes that head. So you can see, you can take it off and put this on there if you want. Now he does swivel at the waist. Does a pretty good split. Forward and back. Double bend in that knee. He has a boot swivel and a peg hinge for the foot. Goes forward and back, side to side, and rotates around. And also has that peg hole for the stand. Now, if you don't want this cape or this hood, you're going to have to leave it because it is not detachable. Now, as far as the Taskmaster goes, the only one I have is this version here, the silver looking Taskmaster version. Does have the shield, the more metallic looking face, and comes with this orange lit up sword. Mine's bent because, you know, that's the way it happens. But you can see the updated version, or the more comic looking version from the comic books. Looks very cool. Whichever version you like. I kind of like this version a little bit better because I'm so used to this version, even though I like this version as well. They'll probably be standing together, you know, like something like this. So you'll have an extra set of armor for him. So very cool. Now, Taskmaster is 6.5 inches tall. So that means he is just a little bit shorter than Norman here in the armor, which shows. So last but not least is this Dr. Doom. Ooh, with this cloth cape. The jetpacks on the back. Very nice. He does have a hole here for little back bling or what you want to add to it. Now I'm digging that face with the eye slits, and you can see the face underneath. Very cool. His hood goes up, down, right, and left without a problem. Now the cape is attached right here. You'd have to pry these off in order to get that off. His arms do this much of a T-pose. They do rotate around, and they even have a little bit of extra detail underneath there, like his chainmail. And I'm loving the detail in this cloth and the belt. Very nice looking detail in that. It's very cool looking. And you can see there that chainmail. And look at the straps there for the armor. Very nice. So it has a bicep swivel, double bend in the elbow, has this extra circle here to cover that peg. Very nice. Now his hand is on a peg hinge. Now he has waist swivel, not much up here, because all you do is basically on that peg hinge you have a little bit forward and back. Now as far as splits go, he can do this much, forward and back. Has a thigh swivel up there, and if we lift this up a little bit, we can see more straps for his armor. Double bend in the knee, and he has a peg hinge here for the ankle, and you can see he does have swivel up here as well as the swivel that you'll get in the ankle. So very cool articulation for this guy. Very nice looking Dr. Doom. Now as far as Dr. Dooms go, I now have this version, and I have the all white version of Dr. Doom here. You can see how they stack up. See, the hoods are a little different, the faces are different. Pretty much everything except for the belt. We can see that belt is basically the same belt. The apron here is basically the same, or his skirt. The gloves are definitely different. The knees are pretty much the same. And the feet are the same. So we have some reuse. You see here the arms, pretty much straight reuse, except for the gauntlets. And the faces and the head. But definitely loving this. Now we also have the infamous Iron Man. When Dr. Doom took that over, and this is totally a different figure, so no comparison there. But you can see how they stack up to each other. So very, very cool looking Dr. Doom. And the fact that he comes with his weapon and holster that can clasp and fit it in there is always a cool accessories and little just wow factor that makes it. Some of us are just so used to having this, we demand it, but still, it's still nice to have these kind of options in your Dr. Dooms, your figures and things like that. And it's nice that you can actually rotate this cape and bring it over his shoulders if you wish to expand that cape out. So I love the Dr. Doom. Definitely a very cool looking Dr. Doom. So with their weapons, we can see this is a definitely cool looking set of figures. Definitely highly recommended. I'll include the link below for the Amazon. I just can't say enough. And having the extra option for the Doom and having it as a Doom bot is definitely cool looking Terminator style Doom. So very cool. So remember, as always, to like, subscribe, and keep collecting.